Welcome back to Mobile Mukbang. Today we are at Culver's. So, we also have a guest with us. I'm going to say who you are.
I'm Josh.
It's Josh. So, once again, we got Mike over here. We got Sam over there.
Hello.
And we've all ordered something a little different. So, let's kind of do that little classic food roll call thing, like what we all got. So,
Real quick, should our guest go first since he hasn't eaten all day?
well, let's show him really quick how we do it real quick, just because he's new to the whole thing that we do here. So,
Okay, so you're going second.
so once again, I'm pretty predictable. I always end up going with the chicken sandwich. Now, here at Culver's, they always make it to order, so it's always fresh. So, got a nice chicken sandwich here now. It comes with pickles and it comes with tomato, but I always opt out for pickles and tomato. I'm just not into it. And then I got the fries, and to make sure they got the fries well done, so we got a nice crisp. See, there's no bounce to it, so it's not a limp fry. I don't like limp fries. So that's what I got going on. So
That's
Josh,
what she said.
killing me. Josh, what did you get?
I got a chicken sandwich, a grilled one with pickles, onions, everything in it, except mayonnaise and
Onion
ring.
Show that onion ring to the camera right there, because that's a big onion ring. And I submit to you that if you compare, because you get the onion rings at Burger King.
Yeah.
I want you to compare the onion rings from Burger King to Culver's here, because I guarantee these are better. And if you really don't think they're better, oh, there's something wrong with you.
There's a lot of things wrong with me, but that's beside the point.
Jeez, man, dude, for real, those onion rings I think are great. So okay,
I will say this though, these are the best. Like, obviously, Burger King onion rings are noteworthy different from pretty much all other onion rings, because you will never get a Burger King onion ring that big.
that's fair.
That being said, of this style onion ring, these are the best I've had.
See, I didn't realize this. We're gonna have to go into styles later into the video here, but really quick. So, what did you get, Sam?
I got dinner with
Go ahead and eat. Get yourself some food.
I got a dinner which consisted of a dinner roll where they gave me a half-frozen piece of butter, but that's par for the course anyway. I got some shrimp, some mashed potatoes with gravy, and green beans. I would hold it up to show you, but there's a bunch of loose stuff on the plate, so I don't want to spill.
Bring one of the shrimps a little closer.
I guess a shrimp I can.
So obviously a breaded shrimp. Is it a coconut shrimp or is it just breaded?
Butterfly.
Shrimp? Butterfly shrimp. Okay, so and that's a mashed potatoes and gravy. See, I didn't even know Culver's had mashed potatoes until I was up there ordering, seeing that was the side. That's news to me.
I mean, honestly, all of this is basically news to me. I was aware they served some kind of sandwich, but to me this was always a frozen custard place.
Yeah, they're concrete mixers here, which I don't think any of us ended up getting, are really good. Oh, that's a concrete mixer?
No, that's a malt.
Oh, that's a malt. So it's a little different. But speaking of your side of the things here, Mike, what did you get? Because it looks like you got a gigantic monstrosity of a burger here.
I got a double bacon deluxe.
Double bacon deluxe. So what's all on that besides the bacon?
A lot of calories.
Yeah, well,
It's 2
2
patties, and I got everything: lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle. Then I have a mint shake with Andy's candies in it.
Why don't you show that to the camera a little closer, just because
Mr.
that certainly looks like a shamrock shake to me.
No,
No?
it has chunks.
All right. I guess I got a point. Well, I never get the shamrock shakes because I hate mint. It's just so overbearing
And
with
then
the flavor.
I have onion rings.
Okay, I don't like overbearing mint, like you were saying, but mild mint is perfectly fine.
See, to me, I've never heard of such a thing called a mild mint. It's just me apparently. But anytime I have mint, like for the next few hours, it kills the flavor of anything else I eat. All I can taste is mint.
Fair enough. If I remember what has a mild mint taste, I'll suggest it, but that's on you.
You like Mentos?
Mentos, not really. I mean, I'm just not a mint guy, I guess you can say. So, but Man, I'm being so predictable. I'm like, at least I can compare this to the rest of the food we had. And you know, you got a burger too. I mean, it's a bacon burger. You can kind of compare it too. What you got is something I didn't think Culver's even had, which is butterfly shrimp with mashed potatoes.
Not gonna lie.
It is surprising.
Well, no, not that. I mean, yes, it is. But some of the best shrimp I've had has been from the weirdest of places. Best popcorn shrimp I've ever had was from Dairy Queen.
I've never actually been in a Dairy Queen.
I mean,
I know it seems impossible considering how many there are.
No, not at all. Some of them are outdoor only.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, the one I got the popcorn shrimp from was outdoor only.
Well, how about that? Well, okay, so some of us have obviously gotten into this meal, and I am dropping lettuce like crazy here, but... So, Mike, you seem to have gotten halfway through your burger. Now, obviously, this is not a fast food burger. They're all made to order, but why don't you tell us how this compares to everything we've had previous to this so far?
You know what? I would actually... The bacon burger I had from Burger King, you know what? I would actually... You know what? The onions in that are a little bit more crisper here. It's like the vegetables are fresher, but the bacon is more chewy.
Chewy. Okay, so...
Nom 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 nom.
So they're more tender here. They're not crispy bacon.
No.
Which that is one of the biggest great debates about bacon. Do you want it crispy or do you want it tender? I like tender.
Why
bacon.
not both?
Because they're conflicting textures.
Yes and no. There are items where they actually do have both.
I've never seen it in bacon.
Bacon explosion. Amazing.
Oh.
I don't know what that is, but now I'm going to have to find out at some point. But
Sam's gonna have to use your oven.
oh jeez,
Yeah.
Sam's going to have to use my oven. That sounds
It's a preparatory item, and it takes a while to make.
that sounds delicious and scary at the same
I
time.
think the first time I made it, it took me about 5 to 6 hours to make, from beginning to end.
That's dedication.
But
It's delicious.
But it fed like 6 people. So
All right, that's like a good Thanksgiving dinner kind of prep sort of thing.
yeah, it's a little small for Thanksgiving. You most commonly make it into sandwich slices, or like a meatloaf item.
All right. So, Mike, you're going on about the burger here. So the bacon is tender instead of crispy. Which do you prefer, crispy or tender? I'm tender, all the way. I don't like crispy bacon.
You know what? It depends on the bacon.
Okay, well, compare this bacon to, let's say, what you had at Burger King. Because you were a big fan of the Burger King burger.
A quick interjection. How do you mean depends on the bacon? Like the flavored bacon, the maker, or the actual type of bacon? Like what animal it comes from?
Well,
Yeah.
also you got slice size, like thickness.
Yeah.
It all comes together.
Okay.
Okay, so there's different turkey bacons.
Yeah, well, okay, quick note for a lot of people who I've found don't actually know this. Bacon is simply a cut of meat, which means you can get bacon from any animal.
Yes, I've had duck bacon, which sounds better than it really is. It's incredibly greasy. But, okay, well, let's put it like this. How does it complement your sandwich versus Burger King? Was it complemented better or worse? Do you think Burger King did a better overall sandwich?
Tastier, yes.
Burger King was tastier?
Yes.
What about value? Because I know the food here is a bit more expensive than fast food.
Technically, I spent the same amount here as I did at Burger King.
Okay. What about the onion rings? Yay or nay? Is it good as Burger King? Do you think? Do you like them better than Burger King, or do you like Burger King's onion rings better? We already got Sam's opinion on the subject.
Burger King's onion rings, in general, not as big. so they're nice and crispy. These, they're more softer.
May I take one? See, I argue this. Yeah, they're not as crispy, and texture is a big part of an onion ring, but I submit to you that the flavor is far superior. And I don't know what they do. This is obviously a different style of breading, but I seriously think these are far better
I
than
thought it
burger.
was bland, but
It's an onion ring.
I know it seems like a simple thing to make, obviously, but
Well-
the way you make it makes the difference.
the thing about onions is they soak up the flavor of other things around it. So if you make your onion
Someone's
ring,
got a watch going off.
Sam.
you for this long.
So,
But yeah, onions soak up the flavor of whatever the cooked in or cooked around. So that makes a huge difference on the flavor of the onion ring. A place like Burger King is going to cook it with its chicken nuggets and its fries and anything else is frying up. So like fish during Lent, I assume they have a fish. So yeah, they'll grab that kind of flavor. But here they've got, the shrimp. They've got. Actually, I don't even know what all they fry here. I know they have fish stuff. I know they have the shrimp. They have fries.
they got a lot of things they fry here. It's much
Yeah.
more diverse.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, maybe they just cleaned their oil or something. But I didn't really get a lot of taste.
It
off
tastes the same as. Well, okay, here's the thing. When I first turned 16 and I got my license, for the first thing I did when I got home after I got my driver's license, brand new driver, is I drove to Culver's and I ordered a large bag of their onion rings. That was all the way like in a completely different city. Those taste just the same, and they're just as good as ever.
I wonder if they have dedicated fryers then.
I'm not sure, but I'm a huge fan of the onion rings here. I've always been. Okay, you get a big bag of onion rings. It's just a big bag of onion rings. And they're like, oh, can I have some? I'm like, no, I'm eating all of this. And like, that's disgusting. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about, but it's delicious. But, speaking of comparisons here, I got to do mine because I'm pretty far into my chicken sandwich here.
I mean, he's done.
That's true. We'll get to you in a minute. But
You finished first.
that is true. Well, he was hungry. He was real hungry. So I can't blame you. But this chicken sandwich, we got the same kind of situation we're going on with Wendy's here. Okay. Well, actually, not even as good as Wendy's because the cut is not as nearly big as Wendy's, but it's got the blandness of Wendy's, where it's literally just a piece of chicken that happens to have some breading on it. There's no seasoning to it, man. There's nothing special on it. The lettuce is falling off like crazy. They used the shredded lettuce. I think it would have been better if they had used a solid piece of lettuce, honestly. I think for the price, you're better off getting a burger here. Because what do they got here? What is it? They're butter burgers or something that they're famous for?
Yep.
And despite the fact that they got a wide variety of different things here, they really could have changed this and done a little better with it. I mean, chicken is such a popular option. I mean, that's why I get it all the time. Like, I'm just a huge fan of chicken. That's why I always get it. And I deviate sometimes, but not often. So I still think McDonald's has improved their quality of their food, or at least the recipe of their food, far more than most restaurants. I think most restaurants find something like a happy medium, they stick with it for way too long. McDonald's has taken risks, and sometimes it's a hit or a miss. Like they've got items on the menu that aren't there anymore, like their chicken wraps, the McWraps. Those were really good. Those were a premium item, and now they're just gone. You can't find them in many. There are still some that do it, but not many. And those are one of my favorite things, and it's just gone. So, they're willing to try new things, where I think Culver's is consistent, but they're just consistently mediocre.
The only thing I'd like to add to that statement is that it might not be so much that they're willing to take the risk, but able to take the risk. The IP is theoretically worth a lot more than the others.
Well, no, I hear you. It definitely takes a lot of planning on the franchisees, corporate, the chefs, the equipment. To change up something is a big deal. And if anyone has the money and the clout and ability to do it on a consistent basis across the country, I'm pretty sure McDonald's is the one to be able to do it.
Yeah, plus there's not as many Culver's locations out there.
No, but we are in the Midwest, which is the heartland of Culver's. I mean, Culver's started up in Wisconsin. We're in Illinois, so we're really just one state away. And there are a lot of Culver's in Illinois, but Wisconsin, they're definitely all over the place because that's their kind of like their home state.
Yeah.
So, but anywho, what was your food like? Like what did you got? Did you get a grilled chicken?
I like McDonald's better.
You like McDonald's grilled chicken better? See, that's another thing.
And the
Sam, you're watching
rings?
The onion rings, I mean, they were good, but, I mean, I don't really eat too many onion rings, so I guess I can't say nothing about that. But they were good. But the sandwich, I do like it better at McDonald's. I don't know why, but I do like it better. Maybe it's just because I like McDonald's, too, and they're cheap.
Well, it's a central thing we keep talking about, because we've been doing these, a lot of these videos have been comparisons, and we use McDonald's as our baselines. Is it better or is it worse? That's the thing, and there's different things to compare. It's not just like, is the chicken better? It's like, well, that's not a simple answer, because is the seasoning better? Is the breading better? Is the cut of chicken more premium, better, thicker, more surface area? Is the bun better? The sauces that go with it better? The options better? There's a lot that goes into making the sandwich, and we're kind of breaking it down a lot further than most people do. And it just seems that McDonald's...
We need lives.
Well, hey, at least people can't say we don't get around. I mean, we all meet up and we all eat and have fun.
Yeah.
But
Where's the food fight episode?
I know, right? Mashed potatoes. How are they?
So the seasoning they use is fine. It's actually quite nice. No issues with the gravy either. My issue is, from what I can tell off of this scoop at the very least, is they add all the seasoning and everything into the gravy and just pour it on top.
Oh, that's bland.
Yeah, so it doesn't really soak in anywhere.
And that's not a dark gravy. That is a very light gravy.
Yeah.
So it's not even like a traditional, like, when you think of gravy around Thanksgiving, because turkey and mashed potatoes, all that, you think of that dark brown gravy.
I'll take your word for that.
There's two different gravies, though.
Well,
there's far more than that, my friend.
Yeah, the primary ones are the white gravy and the brown gravy.
Yeah, but with with growing up in my family, we always had both types of gravies. So I don't have that correlation you do. And I'm going to go ahead and make the assumptions plenty of others do in both directions.
So, but in essence, what you got is just a raw potato that's been mashed with gravy trying to make up for all the flavors, instead of them mixing like chives or anything into the... Okay. Because I was debating getting the mashed potatoes and gravy, and I'm glad I didn't, which actually brings me to my side, which I haven't even gotten to yet, which are the fries. I've been sitting here a little too long, but...
Can I get one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, I always get the fries well done because I like a crunchy fry. And they do it well done. They're a nice golden brown. Now, I'm normally not a fan of crinkle fries. And normally I'm not a fan of it because they tend to be more soggy. But if you ask for them well done, I think they come out pretty good. Now, the amount of salt they used, I'd say is adequate for what it is. Not too much, not too little. Some places go real heavy on it. Now, the fries themselves, they don't have any like special flavoring to it because, once again, going to McDonald's, they use a lot of flavoring in the fries. Like, part of what they do is like, what is it? Like they use like beef flavoring in the fries, something like that. Something weird
like that.
And there are some fries like, okay, I deep fry my own fries at home, and if you go like to Walmart or Ida, they've got a wide variety of different fries, different seasonings, and this and that. And the French fry is very versatile. I mean, potatoes are versatile in general. I mean, think of all the things you can make with a potato. When the potato famine hit in Ireland, I can only imagine that was a genuine travesty, because potatoes make up so many different things. But once again, we come to a fry. The texture's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. The texture's good, but it doesn't really punch with a lot of flavor. Yeah. Here. It's kind of all falling apart. You guys can share some fries when get your opinions in here, because that's kind of part of all of this. And garlic fries have been hitting the scene in a lot of different places because a lot of people are kind of bored with just the standard French fry. And yeah, you can just mix it with some ketchup, which is, the standard, fairly standard thing to do.
Which is weird.
But I will say this: the garlic fries, when done right, amazing. Some people go way too heavy on the garlic, and they don't put garlic in the way it should be. They just pour garlic on it. That's not how you make a good garlic fry. There's something that some of these restaurants do with garlic fries that are just, maybe it's in the oil, maybe it's in the breading or the way that the potato is, or I don't know.
Honestly, now that I know the history of ketchup with fries is a little weird to me, because it was originally made for fish.
I can see that.
It also was not originally made with tomatoes. Yeah.
What you talking about, Willis?
I know. But that's a whole.
Why don't you
whole
school
story.
us on it? Because we got time here.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. What was the vegetable it was? Mushrooms. That's what it originally was made with.
Mushrooms?
Yep. So ketchup originally was gray in color.
I think that would be very shocking to a lot of people.
Nowadays, yeah.
That's weird.
I mean, that's almost as bad as the purple and blue ketchup they made in the 90s.
I remember that.
Oh, that was...
And every kid wanted that ketchup just because it was different. But
Yeah, they priced it high. Because,
I mean, can you blame them?
oh,
They got away with it.
I mean, I'm sure the supermarkets placed it just at eye level of the kids, so that the kids would go crazy.
Mushroom ketchup.
Oh my goodness, there really is. Amazon sells mushroom ketchup.
Yeah. And it was, like I said, originally made to be added
Huckleberry
to fish.
ketchup.
Now, here's the greater bit debate. Is it ketchup or catsup? Because remember, there's two ways to spell ketchup, and they're both technically correct.
You guys want these?
You can go ahead, though, share.
Yeah. Honestly, I always found the catsup portion to be more of a joke based off the how it got printed out on receipts. Because at McDonald's or whatever, it wouldn't spell out ketchup half the time. It would just put cats up. And I just thought it was that.
I always thought it was a regional thing. I think down south
I can see
they
that.
say catsup, just like they call them crawdads, and we call them crayfish up here. With that sort of thing. There's
Potato.
yeah, potato, tomato, that sort of thing. But it's why? It's the same.
I mean,
it's like, how does that happen?
English.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I can see that.
there are literally a handful of words in the English language that have dual meaning, which isn't a big deal. Plenty of words have dual meaning. But these particular ones have dual opposite meanings.
You're gonna have to explain that a little more.
I'm spacing on any examples. I can look them up in a second. But there'll literally be a word that means exaggerated, but also has a secondary meaning of precise.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Same word, different meanings.
Yeah,
Well, you guys all had some of the fries, yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think of the fries compared to... So we've been to Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's.
I thought they were pretty good overall.
Yeah. Which do you say are better? So far, which do you guys think is the best out of the three of us? You haven't joined us on all of them, but...
Well, you've still had it.
Honestly, I
All
really
three are
like
good.
these sprinkled fries. Wouldn't necessarily say they're the best, but they're definitely high on the list.
For me, it's Burger King. The fries, the Burger King have always been consistently tastier than McDonald's. McDonald's has arguably a better texture if you're going for a thinner fry, but the flavor of Burger King is better. These ones just taste like your standard Ore-Ida crinkle fries with no seasoning on it or anything, and they just make up for that with salt. So, I mean, what say you, Mike?
I'd actually go with the Burger King fries. No, Wendy's fries.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're doing that natural cut sea salt thing anymore. They went really heavy on the advertising for that a few years ago, and I just think they just stopped and no one noticed. I don't think anyone really cared. Because it wasn't all that special. But, so we've talked about just about everything here except his green beans, which I don't think he's touched.
I did. I'm not a big fan of them, to be honest.
Not a big fan of green beans?
I'm not a big fan of green beans in general. However, these especially, they're not.
What's wrong with them?
They're just bland green beans. Which point
Give them to him. See what he thinks.
I'll eat them.
All right, Josh, tell us what you think about these green beans. Are they better than Green Giant? Are they bland?
Yeah, they are a little bit.
That stinks.
Okay, now
I normally put salt on my green beans.
They do taste a little weird, but
okay,
still
so
gonna eat them.
the words I mentioned earlier do not only exist, but have a word for them. Again,
I knew they had a word for them, but...
contronyms. I'm probably butchering it.
Continents?
CONTRONYMS.
Man, it's been so long since I've been in English class.
I mean, what's the point of it?
Yeah. You know, the one thing we didn't talk about, which I think bears in mind here once again, is the soda, which is always the last thing we talk about. Because every place is a little different. Now, what I think is better here at Culver's, the root beer.
Yes.
Now, the only place that's better is A&W, but you cannot find A&W stores anymore because they had the pull lever for their own brand of vanilla, like real vanilla infused A&W root beer on tap that you could keep getting more and more and more as free refills. You don't see them anymore. They're all gone. I liked A&W, but I can't find them anywhere. So the next best thing, I feel, in terms of root beer, Culver's does a good root beer.
Yeah, they do.
Quick actual example for the word, sorry to interrupt, is demur. As a verb, it means to raise doubts or objections or show reluctance in something. Or as a noun, it's the action or process of objectifying to sorry, I'm just kind of had a brain fart.
Go ahead.
The action or process of objecting to or hesitating. I did not read.
I'm not sure that definition is the
I'm
best
sorry.
one to go with.
I'm sorry, I didn't read. I made the mistake of not reading.
Oh, man. Hey, Mike, you know what you haven't talked about is that green shake right there. That's a minty shake, yeah?
Yes.
Have you had the Shamrock Shake?
Yes.
Compare the two, because they look similar to me.
You know what? I say the Shamrock Shake is actually has stronger mint.
Okay.
Stronger mint?
Yes.
I can imagine that. I mean, I imagine McDonald's is probably using an artificial enhancer. You know, something that's not natural to make the mint stronger, but I could be wrong. It is McDonald's after all.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah, do whatever.
So do you like the stronger mint or do you like the more subtle mint?
You know what, they're both good in their own rights.
Fair enough. Now, really quick, so we can finish up on the drink portion here. Sodas, do you think the syrup here is a better mixture of syrup to water?
At the very least, the two I mixed together seemed kind of weak, but there can be a lot of factors to that.
Which one did you mix?
The two lemon limes that were sitting next to each other.
Gotcha. I don't normally go for anything lemon. Lemon to me is another overbearing thing. It's very acidic. and its flavor's presence is too strong. It overwhelms all the other flavors. Mike, what say you about the sodas here? Do you think the sodas here are better than those like all-in-one machines that we've been using at Wendy's and Burger King, but not McDonald's for some reason?
You know what? Because the only pop I ever really drink at Culver's is the root beer.
Alright, so you're another root beer guy like me when it comes to Culver's. You see the root beer here and you know to get it.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
When you go to a place and they're known for their root beer, you have to get the root beer.
I mean, for me, that was Ace, but they're closing down.
Well, Ace wasn't even that good, but, I mean, Sprecher, you can get in some places.
Ace had good root beer.
Ace Driving.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the root beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like A&W root beer.
But you just gave them praise. You just gave A&W praise.
You did.
Oh,
you just praised A&W root beer.
And now
Yeah, you know what? That is weird. Well, you know what the difference is? It's not... Their stuff, I don't think, is fresh from the tap like the A&Ws like they had. Because it was actually fresh with real vanilla coming out of the tap. There would be like a regular like soda fountain, and then there'd be the one where you pull the thing down. And that's different. That was their own custom syrup mixture at the store.
Yeah.
Versus what Ace's drive-thru did is it's just like off-the-shelf A&W. And we all know there's a difference. There's a difference between the 2 liters, the cans, between the fountain drinks. Like every soda does it different.
The glass
and
bottle.
The difference between the A&W store or the restaurant is they actually had the correct mixture and everything ready to go. Where Ace's drive-thru was just general A&W, which was more the lower rung tier of A&W. Which that's the thing.
And,
that's what I think.
And if you think about it, if you go, say, to a store, you buy the same exact root beer, one in the plastic bottle and one in a glass bottle. The one in the glass bottle always tastes better.
And generally, why is because instead of using high fructose corn syrup, which they use in the 2 liter, in the glass bottle they generally use cane sugar. So that's one distinction.
Actually, the major one would be the fact that plastic actually does breathe. So it actually gets oxygenated, versus the glass with the metal cap is actually hermetically sealed.
Hermetically sealed.
Hermetically, not hermetically.
Well, okay, yeah, plastic is a semi-permeable layer.
Yeah.
You know, I'll grant you that. But the ingredients are vastly different as well because, you know, you wonder, it's like, why would I get this bottle, which is $1, when I can get a 2 liter for $1? You know, it seems like, how are they making money on this? Well, they're making money on the 2 liter because they're using less expensive ingredients, which are really not as premium.
And honestly, half the time, even still after that, the cost comes from the container.
So, at the end of the day, you know, there's differences like that, which is why we talk about the sodas, because each restaurant, even amongst their own chains, can customize the ratio of syrup to water and other mixtures, what have you. And the root beer, I think here is really good. Until I find another A&W restaurant, because I can't find one anywhere around here anymore.
Now, I'll give the root beer a try when I do my refill.
Okay.
I found a word. I read ahead of time, so...
All right, we're going back to the word thing.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Non-pulsed. Of a person being surprised and confused so much that they are unsure of how to react. Or, informally, a person not disconcerted or unperturbed by something. So either the completely thrown for a loop or the completely unfazed. Yeah, it's the same word.
Strange.
That's a lot. Canyon.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of chocolate. I don't know if you can show the camera that, but...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of chocolate all up in there.
I'm not really surprised.
Oh yeah, because
It's heavier.
yeah, I'm surprised that
And
none
the-
of us got a concrete mixer.
Honestly, chocolate in general is a very dense material too.
That is true, and we are running out of chocolate because most of the chocolate is actually grown in Africa, I believe, at this point, and they're having problems with the soil. And unless they move their location or find a way to remineralize, neutralize, give nutrients to the soil, there's going to be a problem with chocolate supply. Just like the banana, the Cavendish banana that everyone in our generation is familiar with, is going extinct slowly because of a fungus that has been going around. Now, did you get the root beer? Or?
Yeah.
All right, so why don't you tell me what you think about the root beer? Since this is kind of our last subject.
I feel like they overfuzz it, but that might have just been my little thing because the lever got stuck on. So.
Yeah, it's like I pulled it away. It's like stop pouring, no.
But yeah, and that taste-wise, it seems fine.
Nothing really particular special to you about it. I don't know. I think there's like
part of that for me is I actually grew up on the roots of root beer.
like actual sassafras.
Yeah.
Like the cancering sassafras.
If incorrectly prepared, yes.
Because you can't get genuine sassafras. Like,
Yeah, you can.
okay, in certain cases
you
you
go
can.
out and find it.
Yeah, in certain cases you can rarely find it, but yes, it does still technically exist, but it's been banned like from mass production because of its like issue of like causing cancer.
Everything
and other
causes cancer.
Some things cause it a little faster though. That's the thing.
I don't smoke. I think I'm fine.
You don't. Well, I mean, there's other cancers besides that, but that's not what this is about. This is just about the food here. So, all right. So, conclusion time. Let's wrap it up with the final conclusion. For me, the chicken sandwich here, subpar and overpriced for what you're getting. I think you'd be better off going to McDonald's or Burger King. Stay away from Wendy's if you're looking for a chicken sandwich. That's my verdict. Now, Mike, the burgers.
Hey, Mike.
You got right here. There you go. All right. So tell us about the burgers here. What is your final conclusion to all of this?
Fresh ingredients here. But all in all, minus the root beer. If you want the root beer, you come here. But the sandwich-wise, sandwich, fries, onion rings, Burger King.
Still Burger King. Sam, you had the weirdest concoction. You always throw us for a loop for what you get. So, what did you think overall?
I think overall we need to keep Mike away from the mint because he's literally turning green.
What?
But
Turning green.
Yeah, there's like a weird green tinge to your hand for some reason.
Oh, that's how it works.
He's turning into a leprechaun. Quick, where's your pot of gold?
None for you.
Realistically, though,
All the golds are mine.
Realistically, though, every place has something it's good at, and that may or may not be different for everyone. But I've come to Culver's for. It's usually the oddball item out. Culver's, the shrimp is amazing.
Yeah, please, thank you.
Thank you.
For Burger King, I'm more for the onion rings. McDonald's has the nice cheap menu, so if you're on a budget, pretty good place to go. Overall, of the places we've been, barring no real relevant details, somewhere between Culver's and Burger King, honestly.
Burger King keeps taking wins. For me, it's between McDonald's and Burger King. Now you...
I like McDonald's, but I like it here because they have Pepsi.
So you're a Pepsi guy over a Coke guy. Fair point. That is a valid reason here. But as far as the food goes,
I like McDonald's.
you just like McDonald's better. And, you know, I mean,
I like getting it cheaper.
because you and I got chicken.
Yeah.
All right. When it comes to chicken, McDonald's hits it out of the park. When it comes to burgers, Burger King is arguably better. Well, yes, they are. Apparently, they're still king in terms of their value. Yeah, I mean, you know that flame broiled Whopper, man. I tell you, it is a formidable burger.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of weird because growing. Actually, you know what? I should throw out 2 little things that my choice. One, I grew up with McDonald's as my mom was a manager there for a long time, so I may have grown out of McDonald's a little here. And as a kid, I didn't actually like Burger King as much, so I've grown into Burger King and out of McDonald's. Don't know why, don't know how, but
That's fair. All right. Well, I think that kind of wraps up our conclusions here. Unless there's something.
Well, actually, it's about to what Sam said. Like growing up, no, I didn't actually have any family that worked in the fast food. I had an aunt that worked at a casino for the restaurant, but fast food wise, I've had like a mix of everything. A lot to where some fast food that's known to give people problems, like White Castle ciders.
Yeah. Problems definitely puts it in perspective. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of White Castle sliders. No. But go on, finish your thought process here.
That stuff doesn't really bother me. Like it would.
He's got an iron stomach. All right, so I guess that kind of wraps up everything we're here, right? So traditionally, right? Nah, funny. You don't get to do that. I get to do that. But we do a little cheers. Funny. No, but thanks for. You guys are killing me. Thanks for joining.
Kill the Smalls.
You guys are so. You guys are ridiculous.
Kill the Smalls.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining us. We will be back yet again at another restaurant sometime soon. Until then, bye-bye.